I made this display, and this will soon come to the tasting room. I haven't finished it yet. What it is a couple of our stuff that we do in terms of spraying in the vineyard. We just finished doing this B501, which is basically silica. It is basically ground up, stuffed into a cow's horn, and buried over the winter time. And actually smells really good. It's perfectly fine.
And what does that do?
Basically, it's like a zinc source. We're in bloom right now, and we got it on right before bloom. And zinc actually helps the grapes pollinate and set.
So how do you spread? What do you do with that? Is that
we actually make we put basically 3 grams of that per 5 gallons of water.
Oh, spray it on.
And then we mix it up before the sunrise. Mix it up, and then we put it in one of our spray tanks and spray it throughout the blocks. So you guys are more than welcome to smell this one. I wouldn't do it too much because it is horn manure. It's a cow manure that's actually stuffed in the horn of a cow, buried again. Actually, this one's buried during the springtime and dug up in the fall.
I don't understand what you're saying about the horn and the burying.
It basically it's
like a real horn.
Yeah.
Like a real cow's horn. Yeah, they drill it out, make a cavity in it, stuff it full of this stuff, bury it in the soil. This one's buried in the springtime, and they dig it up in the fall.
Wouldn't have to do a lot of those?
You don't need a lot. Like I said, we don't use 3 grams per acre on that.
Oh, okay.
3 grams is, just a little bit.
Okay.
And it makes quite a bit. This stuff right here we actually sprayed in the springtime. This helps the mycorrhizans in the soil, and we spray this on the soil specifically. It's basically, we do the same thing, we make a tea with it. But we make this tea and let it sit for about 10 to 15 days, depending on the warmth of the air, how warm it is. And then we spray it. So I'll pass that around. You don't have to smell it. I mean, it really is cow manure.
So mycorrhizae in the soil are kind of like the little things that live in your digestive tract. You wouldn't be able to digest food without them, and the plants wouldn't be able to absorb nutrients without
You got it.
those in the soil.
You got it.
I'm sorry, what is this?
Nettle?
That's like a scared
Nettle?
cow.
Just like any seed. I didn't bring my yarrow with me. Yarrow and nettle is a combination we use early in the springtime and in early summer.
Smells like green tea.
We just finished actually spraying one tea 2 weeks ago. And nettle basically is like nitrogen, and yarrow is calcium for the vines. So it's basically making an organic fertilizer using just tea leaves, really. And basically the tea is made simple. I mean, we make the tea, we let it sit for a couple days, let the stuff soak in, and then we'll spray it out in the vineyard. And then we have chamomile, which is more, sorry.
Just relax.
This one actually smells really
Is
good.
that from personal experience?
I mean, that's straight chamomile, just like you make tea with. Chamomile is more for the fruit, so we actually don't use that yet until we have after berry set. It's supposed to help the flavors in the fruit, soften the tannins.
That's cool.
And we'll do 2 chamomile sprays with that. This one we use actually in the fall, post-harvest. Same concept, we make a tea with it. This is for the sap flow, so that the vines are now more relaxed to go into hibernation. It's really just oak from an oak tree. Smells like a barrel almost. And then the last one is horsetail herb. Horsetail, very obnoxious weed, but again, it's another calcium source for the vines. That one we'll also do in the fall as kind of a post-harvest spray. There's a couple other ones that I don't have in here. We do a 502, which is...
What's that Japanese bamboo that you do for antifungus?
There's a couple different ones, and I'm not up on that yet because we don't spray.
I spent quite a bit of time up at Ambith, which is the only biodynamic certified one, and he's growing his own Japanese bamboo in the garden. Templeton. It's the only fully
I gotta get fired. Somebody else gonna do this? Some horsetail. Shelley?
So that cow stomach is, again, it's a nitrogen source.
Where's tail?
I wouldn't recommend it.
I'm sorry, what is a cow? What?
Cow stomach.
But what? Like, how does it?
It's grounded up and made into a tea.
Puree.
No, with the meat grinder.
Oh.
It's pure liquid.
And then they make it a tea.
Oh.
Yeah.
They use rennet for cheese.
No.
What the heck?
And then
That's just
there are a couple other things we use. This is 507
Cow stomach preparations.
valerian. We do a kind of a preparation for our compost. It's 502 through 507. There's a bunch of different things in there. A lot of them have to do with flowers and actually helping the microorganisms in the compost piles. One of the things we've done here since I started is we've got 2 massive compost piles over there that hopefully will be ready by fall.
What do you put in there? Like clippings and stuff like that, or?
It's actually all the pumice waste from the harvest and anything really that we want to throw in there. We don't use actually any of the stuff from the gardens. Johnny's got his own compost pile going, so it's just something he wanted to do.
Did you smell it?